it's Nicole of Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribed. So today's video is for the newest release from Knees Lacquer. So this collection is inspired by both the book series and the Netflix series Fear Street. If you caught my video earlier this month for that quad, that was also inspired by Fear Street. This is kind of like a continuation of that release. So this collection launches on Friday, September 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will have all the information down in the description box. There's going to be a huge sale happening, a 25% off site-wide for the entire website. The only things that won't be on sale are polishes with Unicorn Pete. Everything else will be on sale. Super exciting. This collection is also the 4th anniversary of this brand. Also, unfortunately, this is also going to be the last anniversary. This is the last anniversary collection of the brand, which is very sad. I'm trying to stay like energized and happy and excited. So we're not going to talk about the end. We're going to talk about these fantastic polishes. So this is an 11-piece collection. We have a couple of Unicorn Pea polishes, shifty shimmers. We have so many fun things. So let's just get into the video because I'm just going to keep on talking.
First up, we have Camp Nightwing. This is described as a mid-toned purple with a lime green to blue shimmer. It's priced at $12. Camp Nightwing had a really great formula. This had the perfect consistency. It didn't feel overly thick or thin. So this polish is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on thickness in coats. We'll be showing this one today in 2 coats. I found that I really like the opacity in 2 coats. On my ring finger, it was still a tiny bit sheer, so I did do a 3rd coat. I feel like my camera is picking up a very slight difference between the fingers, but in person I was not seeing a difference between all of them. I will note that this polish is very pigmented, so definitely wear base coat to prevent staining. And now we have some comparisons of this polish compared to the mask and Don't Go to Sleep from Polish Pickup. My reviews for all of these will also be linked in the description box, and here is a bottle comparison of the 3. Next up, we have Dark Secrets. This is described as a blackened olive polish with a silver to blue iridescent flake. It is priced at $12. This polish had a really great jelly formula. All of those flakes spread out very evenly and easily on their own. I found that this one does have a couple of the larger flakes, which I always love. You can see a couple of them on my ring and pointer fingers. The flakes do not dry down textured, but you will want top coat for a nice glossy finish. This does dry down a little bit flat. I found the base color to be very interesting. I don't know if I would personally call it a darkened olive. It kind of vaguely reminds me of like slightly army greenish, maybe like a dark forest green. I feel like the flakes give it a slight bluish tone to it as well. I will admit this is not a color that I find myself gravitated towards, but I do really like how the flakies look in that base. So as you can see, I do have a little bit of visible nail line with this polish in 3 coats. You can pair this one with a blurring base coat. It is sheer enough that it could definitely be used as a topper if that is more your jam. Removal will not be difficult, but it will be a little bit messy due to all of those flakies. Next up, we have Full Moon Rises Before Nightfall. This polish is described as a blue to purple pastel multichrome full of ruby red flakes. It's priced at $13. Full Moon Rises Before Nightfall had a fantastic formula. I was just blown away by how beautiful this polish is in person. It doesn't feel overly thick or thin, no application issues. I can't talk today. This is just so beautiful. So in person, I was seeing like a cyan to blue to purple color shift, and those red flakes look amazing. Like, oh my goodness, they look so beautiful. I was just very, very impressed by this polish. So I am showing this polish in 3 coats plus 1 coat over black on my thumb. I had a tiny bit of visible nail line in 2 coats. I think for personal wear, I would just wear this in 2 coats, but I did use 3 for my swatch photos. On me, this did not dry down textured, but I did use top coat for a nice glossy finish, and I did not have any issues with staining. And now we have Goode and Evil. This polish is described as a burnt orange polish full of a glowy gold iridescent flake. It is priced at $12. As you can see here, this polish is a jelly, so you will want to build it up for full opacity. You will have a little bit of visible nail line in 3 coats. It is pretty minimal. It's not terrible. It's like a perfect fall orange in my opinion. I just love this base color so much. It's not as brown leaning as I usually think of when I think of like a burnt orange. I wouldn't call it pumpkin orange, but it's somewhere in that kind of field of colors. The flakes look so beautiful in this base. None of them will dry down textured, but you will want top coat for a nice glossy finish and no problems with staining. Next up we have I Am No Lamb. This is described as a rose gold to green pastel multichrome full of sapphire blue flakes. It is priced at $13. This polish had a really great formula, no application or formula issues. So I am going to be swatching this one in 2 coats. I think longer nails might want to go in for 3 coats to cover up visible nail line, but I wasn't personally having that issue. So in person, the color that I was seeing in this base was like a yellow gold to a green. I found the flakes gave this a very blue toned look. I did not find that this polish dry textured at all, so I used 1 coat of top coat for a nice glossy finish. Nothing in here will be difficult to remove, but it will be a little bit messy if you choose to scrub it off. Next up, we'll have She'll Follow You Until You're Dead. This is described as a mustard olive full of original unicorn pea shimmer. This is priced at $15. This polish had a great jelly formula. You will want to build this one up for full opacity. I had some pretty obvious visible nail line in 2 coats, so I'm going to be showing this one in 3 coats. This polish is definitely for the Prugly polish lovers. The base color is like a green leaning mustard color, and the unicorn pea shimmer just looks so beautiful in this base. I was seeing the red to gold to green color shift very easily. Like I mentioned, unless you go in for very thick coats, this polish is going to be a solid 3-coater. 3 coats builds up that unicorn pea shimmer so beautifully and also covers up all visible nail line. So I recently picked up Bathsheba, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, from Knees Lacquer. So I wanted to compare the 2 because they're both kind of pretty ugly colors with unicorn pea shimmer. Here are some bottle shot comparisons of other Knees Lacquer polishes that are kind of pretty ugly colors. And next up is She Reaches from Beyond the Grave. This is described as a blackened indigo full of a green to blue sibling unicorn pea shimmer. This is priced at $15. This polish had a gorgeous buttery smooth formula. I found that the shimmer is very strong and shifts from like a green to a teal to a vibrant blue. The shimmer does make this base look a lot more blue leaning, I am finding. Also, to get the nice color that you see in the bottle, you will want to go in for 3 coats. I found you had really good coverage in 2 coats, but it wasn't quite as dark as the color I was seeing in the bottle. This polish is just absolutely gorgeous. Like I'm watching the footage as I do my voiceover and I'm just like, ooh, baby, that is just gorgeous. This polish is very pigmented, so I would definitely recommend wearing base coat with this polish if your nails are prone to staining. I did not personally experience any staining though. And for comparisons, I have She Reaches on my pointer finger and pinky. On my middle nail, I have Nahile from Helahime Creations. This was their anniversary collection from this year. On my ring finger, I have for Texas, which was also released this year from Bee's Knees. In the bottle, these all look pretty similar, but I found on the nail they look totally different. Next up is The Fruit of the Land. This is described as a pink to red pastel multichrome full of emerald green flakes. It is priced at $13. This polish also had a fantastic formula. This was pretty much the same formula as Full Moon Rises before Nightfall, just you see different colors. And I was seeing all of the described colors in person. I found that the emerald green flakes, to my eye, they looked a lot more like a seafoam green than an emerald. I wouldn't say that the flakes overpower the multi-chrome base, but I feel like most of what you see on your nail are the flakes, and then the multi-chrome is like a nice shimmer effect in the background behind the flakes. I really hope that makes sense, but that's kind of what I was seeing in person. This polish was absolutely gorgeous. I do want to note I did have some mild staining with this polish. They stained my nails like a reddish pink for some reason, which I was very confused about because this does not look like it would stain that color. Only had staining where my overlay was. It did not affect my natural nail. Removal with this polish will be a little bit messy, but not overly difficult. Next up is The Witch Made Me Do It. This polish is described as a pea green polish with a glowy green iridescent flake. It is priced at $12. The Witch Made Me Do It had a fantastic jelly formula. This polish is on the more sheer side, so you're definitely going to want to build this one up for the most opacity. I will note that even in 3 coats, you will still have some very obvious visible nail line. Pairing this polish with a blurring base coat or using it as a topper is definitely an option. So I found for this polish, in the bottle, it definitely looks like a pea soup green. I found on the nail, it looks a lot more yellow with like green undertones. It does look very squishy, and I really like how the flakes look in this base. I found that the flakes all spread out very evenly and easily on their own without giving off any texture. I did use 1 coat of top coat with this polish just to give it a nice glossy finish. And that is which made me do it in 3 coats. Nothing in here will dry down textured or will be difficult to remove. Next up is We're All Cursed. This polish is described as a dusty purple with an aqua to purple shimmer. It is priced at $12. We're All Cursed had a really great formula. This is one of the more opaque polishes in the release. I will be swatching this one in 2 coats. I feel like my swatch photos, it looks a little bit sheer, so I think this will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference. I found the base for this is like a warm, dusty, medium purple, and the shimmer is very strong and does not show brush strokes. Nothing in here will be difficult to remove, and I did not experience any staining. And the final polish is You Were My Monster. This one is described as a taupe base with a rich indigo to purple shimmer. It is priced at $12. You Were My Monster also had a fantastic formula. Again, we are not surprised that Bee's Knees has fantastic formulas. Sorry for being so repetitive in this video. The taupe base in this has some very, very slight greenish undertones. I don't know if it's just how it pairs with the shimmer, but it's not like a straight, like, brownish taupe color. It has like some greenish kind of undertones. It looks a little bit murky. I feel like this would be really fun for some Halloween nail art. It just has like a slight kind of spooky kind of look to it. That is 3 coats of You Were My Monster. No issues with staining or difficulty on removal.
So I told you all this was a really great collection. So my top pick from this release is going to be Full Moon Rises Nightfall. I really hope I said that right. I really should have the paperwork in front of me. This one was just such a beautiful, beautiful polish. I don't remember ever seeing anything exactly like this before. This is just, I was just so amazed by this polish. Like I took a picture of it and sent it to Wayne. I was that excited about it when I was watching it. And he was literally in the other room. So yeah. My next top pick is going to be I Am No Lamb. Again, super beautiful. I can't think of another polish exactly like it, and I just loved it. But I thought this whole collection was absolutely fantastic. I'm wearing my comparisons on my hand right now. So yes, I would love to know what everyone's planning on picking up. Don't forget, huge sale, huge restocks as well. So on my blog post, I also have a full list of all the polishes that will be respawned. There will be a listing up for you to purchase the whole collection, but that does not include the Unicorn Pea polishes. I do believe those all have caps on them, but I might be wrong. But I think they do. And if you caught my video, my last Bee's Knees video for the Fear Street quad that were the Facebook group customs, those also will be available on the website, and you do need to be a member of those groups to purchase those polishes. I'll have that video down in the description box as well as in the cards. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend and happy buying. Don't forget, grab that sale. I'll be there shopping with you all. So yes, I'll talk to you all in the next video.